Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Owning the Huddle podcast. In today's episode, we recap the 38-31 loss against the Philadelphia Eagles. We talk Sam, EB, Del Rio, and it's looking like trades about to be coming up, y'all. This team going to be looking different in the next couple of days. So buckle up. It's time to Own the Huddle.
In Sam Howell, I trust. I know it looks like Ceelo is at a hotel, but he disappeared. I don't know exactly where he is. But Breeze, what's good, man?
What's good?
There you go.
Good. Is he back? No, he's still frozen.
He trying to slide around the camera. Welcome back to Owning the Huddle podcast. Brother Deuce is here. He's here to defend his O-line. I'm getting sick and tired of you dudes and this fan base talking about my O-line. We gonna handle this today.
Man said tell CJ to drop it.
No, y'all not saying that, bro. Y'all not saying that.
Nah, it's over. You already put it out there, DT.
I put Troy Apke because he ain't doing that. He ain't getting on the field. He ain't getting on defense at all.
See, that's the problem. You drinking that South Evil.
Seriously, he's gonna make the team, and he's gonna be a up back or something.
Up back is crazy. He's not making the team.
What is
If he makes this team as an up, you know what? Nope.
All the fans leaving again.
They love trap.
Welcome back to Owning the Huddle podcast. I am Deuce DT. Ceelo will be here in a couple minutes. So will Breeze. Listen, man. Let's go back a couple days. Let's go back a couple days, right? Anytime Shefty
let's go
get
back a
in
couple
the,
days.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime when Shefty get in the box, you know what I'm saying? Stuff is real, right? So if we lose, it's going to be a fire sale. Right? It was 9 players. First of all, that lets you know that the coaching is terrible. If you have at least 9 players that other teams will want to add to their roster. Most of the time when teams have fire sales, it's 2, maybe 3 players that they want to get rid of to build. We got 9. But all of this hinged on us winning or losing if you want to have a fire sale. That's terrible management against one of the best teams in the NFL. That's terrible management if that's the case. But I wondered, DT, what if we played well and lost? Or what if we tied? Then what?
Tie is nasty. Tie is nasty, bro. Oh man. I'm not gonna lie to you, Deuce. When I saw that report, it wasn't really as surprising as some people were expecting. I said last episode, I said, look, lost to the Giants very, very badly. There has to be some type of consideration to start looking into the future of this franchise, of this organization, of this regime, and seeing what can Hall Group, Harris, Magic Johnson, and Rails, what can they do to make this team better come 2024? So when that report came out last week and it said with the indications of what happens within this game, something told me they were gonna give an inspired effort today. But even with that inspired effort, some sense, bro, they look bad. It's some aspects they still look bad. It is complete coaching malpractice, Deuce, that this team in certain spots failed to live up to our expectations. So, boy, that report, man, that came out this morning, I just said, well, we'll see what team we're going to get today.
It's just all nasty. Ceelo, let me know when you're ready. Look like he's making some hamburger help or something. I don't know. Cody, what's up, Cody? Appreciate you, Cody. Calculated was good, man. He said there's double agents in the fan base, yeah.
Double agents is nasty.
They out here, man. Yeah, man. Larson, look, see, look, chat's going crazy. Look, see. Look at my cousin sending me stuff. Yeah, see, nasty. Yeah, man. Larson played real good today. We definitely gonna get into this O-line. What's up, Radar? Look at this profile picture. That's nasty.
Little Bill.
Racist. What's up, ICA? Good game today. Hey, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Just complete malpractice. South say ain't no fire sale. They capping. Smith did not catch it. Oh man, what's up, Matt? Oh man, I don't think it's going to be a fire sale, but I can see them moving a couple players. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I'll go with you. Double team though. Yeah.
Man, look, he must have been double teamed all his life then. Because I got smoke for him too. All that yap.
Oh man, what's up, Jeffrey? Man, we appreciate you for tuning in. Yes, please comment and chat with us. Definitely appreciate you. Nah, he ain't catch that ball.
He did not catch that ball.
De'Ami Brown too. I don't know, man. Like De'Ami Brown might be in trouble, you know. Like Crowder job out there job balling. Ceelo don't want Crowder on the field though.
Wide receiver 5 talking trash, man. That's crazy,
man. Yeah, flip it, Ceelo. Trade him. He said trade him for a bag of chips. My man Durr. Welcome to Washington, where the best players don't always play. Yeah. Hey, Miss Janet. They got a pro football league in China because that's where De'Ami heading. Oh man, ain't no Mike De'Ami.
Nice.
Hey, we ain't gonna get none for him. We ain't gonna get none for no De'Ami, man. We ain't gonna get none for him. I'd be very surprised. Maybe they do like a pick swap 7th, or maybe
trade him to the Titans.
Hey, can you pick swap undrafted players? Like, is there like a pick swap for undrafted? we could probably do that, probably. So what's up, Ceelo? So like we was talking about who was we talking about, DT? What were we just talking about?
We were talking about the Adam Schefter tweet.
Yeah, the Shefty tweet.
What did Shefty say?
Saturday about like if we lose, saying it's gonna be a fire sale. But I was telling DT, I was like, it was funny because when most teams do a fire sale, they have maybe 2 or 3 players that teams will want. When they list out players, it was like 9 or 10 of them. If that don't tell you that coaching is a huge problem, something should, right? I mean, what you think?
Well, I don't know, right? I think if coaching was the problem, wouldn't it keep the players?
Yeah, and that's what I think one of the 106.7 guys said. He was like, if you think this team is talented, why get rid of the players? Just get rid of the coaches.
Right. That's why, I mean, obviously Shefty has been doing this for a long time. He got all the plugs. But I'm not saying it, bro. Like, I'm not saying any significant movement outside of, maybe one of the D linemen. I don't see a fire sale. I just see some obvious sales that you won't be able to re-sign somebody. Maybe you go ahead and move somebody, and that's just like one of no-brainers. But I don't see this. I don't see Josh Harris, knowing what we know about him, allowing this regime to make moves to that extreme and then be fired. So that's the only thing I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm saying. I think it's exciting to talk about. Everybody's like, oh, fire sale. We don't have our guys in place yet, so we're a little bit backwards right now. You
Well,
know.
what I unofficially, right? Unofficially, right? Don't clip it. Don't post it. This is unofficial. I've been told Ron Rivera has he has no dealings in any negotiations that may or may not take place, like trades or any of that. It's Mayhew and someone that's advising. Whoever that's someone that's advising, I've been saying, the dude's been in the building for a long time. Like he might have been, like I always kids say, he was a janitor or the groundskeeper or whatever the case may be. But no moves is going to be made, I don't think, unless it's something that's like approved from whoever this advising person is. It could be the analytics guy. It can be like when he's supposed to start the November 6th. And FYI, people, like I knew that when I tweeted it. Like, come on, man, keep up. So, if so, it's gonna be very hard for Mayhew to be doing these trades. Like, I wouldn't even trust Mayhew to do these trades unless he has some type of confirmation that he's going to be here next year. How you
Right.
feel about that?
Right. I'm with you. If what you're saying is true and Ron has no authority like he did before, then I'm not sure what we're doing right now. All we can do is all Ron can do is work with what he got, with the ingredients he have in the kitchen today, and sink or swim. So, and I'm pretty sure Josh is like, hey, bro, you the one who went out there and got Nick Gates. You the one that went out there and got Andrew Wiley. Make it work.
Whew.
You know what I'm saying?
Waste.
And so you want me to trust you to go and get player X or player Y? Nah, bro. You keep going ahead and doing your thing. We'll talk about this come January, whatever. So,
Man, what you think, DT? Like, man, this position we in is just it's a weird position, and I understand there's been 3 owner changes in the last 4 years, something like that, 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
which rarely ever happens. Like, I mean, to the point where no owner, like just having one owner in a 5-year period, selling the team or the team taking it away, whatever the case may be. And we know Carolina was pretty much taken. Dan Snyder was pretty much taken. The only like real sale or whatever was in Denver, because I think like somebody passed away or something like that, and they didn't want the team or whatever.
Yeah.
The owners with the family or something like that. Then the league took over. So, but the position we in, DT, is really peculiar. It really is. What's up, Unc?
Yeah, so if we're looking at the past couple of teams that have had ownership change, first one pretty much related to this. Carolina went through a transitional change. Ron Rivera was the head coach, so estimated about 2 years that Ron had time with that organization. Then he come out here with the shady nights, eh? Oh, come out here and stop, bro. Godly. But just to finish my point, Ron Rivera, he was part of the first ownership change with the Panthers. He got about a year and a half before it was time to make moves. Denver recently went through ownership change, and they made the big move to get Russell Wilson, but they now are on their second coach, and they're currently 3-5 like us. This situation is definitely different from others because Ron has had the most time with this team. He had the most power with this team. So everything that we have seen done for this team so far has Ron's fingerprints majority all over the place. And you're seeing some of the things that come out fruitful, good, but now you're starting to see some of the bad that has come up so far. And it's showing in this season by itself. Ron is, and for those that are willing to fight back for your coach, I understand that. But Ron is literally the last piece from the last regime that owned this team. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. this culture thing that we're talking about, I still don't see it. I don't. You can talk the talk, but you got to walk the walk with me. You're not showing up with wins. You're not showing up consistently. And I understand the NFL is hard and stuff, but for what this team was supposed to be expectation wise and based on what we've seen, they have not lived up to the expectations in this year 4. And coaching has been the biggest problem here by far. Coaching. You can talk about the talent, certain things. You talk about the draft class. You can definitely talk about the free agency class. We'll bring that point up. But coaching has so far been the most consistent thing that we can point out that separate us from the New York Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, the 49ers, and any other team in the National Football League. And Josh Harris, he's been watching. Magic Johnson's been watching. So something's going down this week. I don't know who's going. I don't know who packing clothes. I don't know who got to kiss their baby goodbye and go the next couple months for a new town and stuff. Something's going to be different this week, y'all.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so I don't want to butcher it. You can definitely DM me, comment me, so I can pronounce it correctly, but I ain't sure how to pronounce your name.
Isan, probably.
Isan. Okay, yeah.
So.
Appreciate you, man. You got to move guys. You cannot resign with malpractice. Dude, this will happen more often with corporate guys stepping in. The thrill has gone, and my Pop Williams boy. True Ken watching, this might be your first time commenting or watching, so we definitely appreciate you coming through. You're more than welcome to always come through, comment. Time to clean house. Fans are disappointed. And speaking about fans being disappointed, Breeze, I saw your brother when he's walking out.
Yeah,
I left out at under I think right before the last Philly touchdown. He's like, man, Breeze and that Joe, he want to stay to the last second, man. He want to stay to the last second. How you feeling, man?
I've had a chance to calm down a little bit, relax, breathe, took a nap. I'm irritated, bro. I'm mad. Like I'm still mad. But like I wanted to punch something walking out of the stadium. Like legitimately wanted, not a person, but like I legitimately wanted to punch something on my way out the stadium. Like we can't get right, bro. Like EB finally did what most people were asking on offense, and it worked. I mean, it worked. Albeit a few errant throws here and there, which any quarterback can do. I'm not going to be tan to death about that, but I mean, Del Rio got to go, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here, watching the game. Every time I see, with all due respect to Emmanuel Forbes, every time I see 13 running the field, 11 go right out there with him, and they throw the ball right at him. He ran like a 20-yard curl route at one point in time, and Emmanuel Forbes is sitting 7 yards off the ball. Like, which could be a player thing, could be a scheme thing. I think it's more scheme thing, but whatever. Linebackers are still terrible. The Ron Payne is about the only defensive lineman that's consistently doing something at this point. And even then, at certain points he don't stand. It's bad, bro. Like it's bad. It's bad, dog. It's
So Hawk, we definitely gonna come back to this, Hawk. Remind us before we end. We definitely gonna come back to this to see if some y'all is funny, like getting real close up to the we still we have an identity, all right. Defensive line time.
I know what we identify as.
We throwing the ball.
That's my
Hey,
cousin, a KC fan. All right, cool. All right, appreciate that, Saul.
hey,
Bringing them on.
Chiefs. The Chiefs lost today to the Broncos. Oh shoot.
Yeah, it was like -10 or something. It had like 15 feet of snow.
Oh, it was a snow game.
Nah, it was just
Lord.
real cold. It was snow outside, but it wasn't snowing during the game.
Well, Patty
Her
still.
comp
Oh, he
pick,
had two
yeah,
picks.
comp pick value determine how much you spend on two trades. Well, we give it. Yeah, like the comp pick thing, like and Ceelo can explain it, but yeah, it's a formula. There's no way. Like we have to spend this money that we have, and because we have to spend this money, it just depends what it comes down to of who we sign back and who we don't.
Yeah, you can't go in the free. You talking about you trying to get comp picks, bro. Like, in fact, you're usually awarded comp picks because the players you let go dog stuff, and you don't get adequate. You don't have adequate players to replace them. Is usually how you end up with comp picks.
Yeah, so
I'm good on the comp picks. I'm good
But
on that.
that's a strategy that some teams use. They'll like lose a player sometimes, intentionally in
Right.
order for them to get the comp pick, and they would purposely not sign guys.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. That's what we did with Brandon Sheriff. We
Yeah,
could have
but
we could have went out and went crazy and get an offensive lineman. We chose not to. We chose to wait it out. And for the following year, we got whatever it was third round pick.
right. But what the only issue with that is what's to say that player is going to go. Now I understand Brandon Scherf was all pro going in the free agency. I get it, but like, what's to say that player is going to go elsewhere and dominate? We've seen plenty of players that seem to be, better. I'm sure Cincinnati was fine. Was cool letting William Jackson III walk. But okay, well at the very least we'll get a comp pick for him if we let him walk. If he comes here and is garbage.
yeah. So like the thing with the comp pick is it's about how much money goes out and how much money you bring in. So it's a point system, like a formula type point system or whatever. So
Yeah.
if not Payne, if Chase goes out there and he signs like we just say a $40 million deal, but we sign somebody else to a $40 million deal, that kind of like
Gates.
yeah, negates that signing. So it's like we're back at 0 points as far as having a
Right.
comp pick. So like, and essentially to get anything, we would have to lose more than what we bring in. But us being close to $100 million next year, I just don't see that happening.
Right.
So this is probably why I wouldn't be surprised if they move on from Sweat. For that exact reason, because essentially you're not going to get anything for him. And if you don't think you're going to re-sign like Curl, then I know they not going to sign Gibby back. And some other players. Who we got? We got Curl, we got Curtis, we got of course Chase Sweat. Yeah, it's a ton of people. It's a ton.
Yeah, it's a
What up,
lot,
y'all?
bro.
We got Trick with no treat. Hard to find more than 3 wins left on the schedule. Words of South Pookie Dookie. Gang. Hey, tell you, man, I wish you would have recorded. I don't know if that space was recorded or not, but I would love to hear it. I
You
heard
do
it was a
not want to see
masterpiece.
that.
I heard it was a
That jump.
masterpiece.
Oh my god.
I heard it was a masterpiece. Oh man. Hey Kim. I'd be surprised if we sell anyone around where thinks we can still compete for. He might not even be here. Serrani in
Yeah.
Philadelphia got his
I
team to a
don't
Super Bowl in less than 5 years.
I don't think that's a revert decision at this point in this game. Honestly.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, unofficially, like don't go clipping this and saying Deuce said this and that, but Ron is not in any or won't be in any negotiation if they do or they don't trade anybody.
He ain't got no
So
power, man.
yeah, so like remember in the off season when we kind of talked about them removing that, what was it, like team president or whatever that title was from Ron on the website?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that could have actually been something. You know what I'm saying? It kind of got glazed over a little bit, but it could have actually meant something for sure. Sure did. think they fired him this week. So let's talk about that because first of all, like we was talking about earlier, it's a shame to think that this whole season and what you want to do with this season is going to be based off the Philadelphia game. Like that roster is already bonkers to me. But we did lose. They did play well. Of course, there's some mistakes, the defense and Del Rio and all that. But we're gonna start with you, Breeze. If you was the GM, what would you do Monday morning? And anybody in the comments, everybody in the comments, you're the GM. Tell me, what do you do Monday morning?
I think if anything, I'm personally not in the mode of selling players, but I think you gotta do something to kind of shake up that locker room. I don't think it's firing Ron. It's not gonna be firing EB. I think Jack seems like the logical choice, if anybody. But the only thing about that is we've already talked about who do you replace Jack with. You know, you got Scanina potentially, and saw somebody they mentioned the linebacker coach's name. I don't remember his name right now. And then I keep seeing people say make Ryan Kerrigan the defensive coordinator. Like, bro, he's not even the head defensive line coach. What are y'all talking about?
I know somebody said linebackers coach because the linebackers coach will move to defensive coordinator.
Yeah, but like, I mean, for the people, and I say this with all due love and respect to all of my Commanders fans, we butt heads and argue all the time. But like, for the people saying make Ryan Kerrigan the defensive coordinator, based on what? Like, why is he your go-to to be the defensive coordinator? He's not even the head defensive line coach. He's never coordinated a defense at any level of football. And you want him to cut his teeth, and the first time he calls a defense anywhere outside of Madden being with the Commanders defense. No, I'm not even no. I love RK, but come on, bro. Like, no, we're not even finna
That's
do that.
us though, young. Like, remember, he's the sole reason why the defensive line and all that got better last year. So
man, come on, bro.
You gotta remember that. Where you at, DT? What you do Monday morning?
Well, Mr. Ricks will fire Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio, regardless who got to be the defense coordinator. But I don't see them firing them. I think they're gonna let it wait out and stuff, and they're gonna go through their process. They absolutely are looking currently for their new GM, and that GM will bring in his own head coach. I just feel like right now is so much going on with this team that even though from a fan base point we want Ron gone just to get him out off the sideline, there's so much going on that is clustered. It's gonna make a lot of things confusing because I still need to see more from EB as a play caller. I don't know if he wants to not saying he wouldn't, but I'm pretty sure he can still lead a group of men, but he still wants responsibility as a play caller. So would you trust like a guy like Pritchard or Zampezi taking the play calling duties like that? I think they're just gonna wait. I don't see them firing people right now.
Let's get to some of these before I get this because I know what Ceelo wanted to do. True Ken says get rid of Del Rio, change defensive scheme, and run the ball.
I don't know if you can change scheme in the middle. I mean, you can, but
it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough. You might gotta go to page 16, maybe. But it's gonna be tough. He's going for the whole fire sale. Yes, Kim laughing. Heck, even if you make playoffs, what's the likelihood you keeping 4 down defensive lineman? Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, now I will say you can change how you call the defense
or
the offense for that matter. But as far as changing the scheme in the middle of the season, that's not really really that's difficult. It's probably easier on defense than it is offense, but
Just modifying the play. That's what you're saying, right? Modify the play going a little bit.
Yeah.
Because obviously everyone has to have a PhD on his defense, so it shouldn't be hard for them to switch up. Like y'all supposed to be so smart, y'all should be able to switch up, right? They got all these players.
Yeah, I mean,
Here goes Telly. I'm trading Chase and Sweat, Firon, and JDR. The goal would be to get worse to get.
I seen Chase say. I mean, I seen Telly say trade Terry earlier.
That's after you dropped them 2 passes. Hassan, get ready for K. Now, okay, this is the thing with Caleb Williams. Like, I'm not impressed from what I've seen this year. I'm only talking about this year. I'm not talking about last year. But I think that name Caleb Williams has been embedded in people's brains since last offseason, that he is what he is. Like, I think there's always somebody like that every year that's embedded into people's mind that this is the next great guy. But he said he just playing. So I said all that for nothing. Curtis Samuel, go ahead, DT.
To that point, I mean, like when you're just looking, like this happens a lot when we get to like that draft time. Like, there's always that quarterback that gets talked about very highly, and he's either coming to this year or the next year, and everybody is just waiting for that one team. It's like, oh my god, if this team get this player, they're going to take the next level. Andrew Luck, Trevor Lawrence, even Tua at one point. Everybody was looking to get these guys at the quarterback
you can
position.
Go back to Sam Bradford and like
But I think for your point too as well, Deuce. I think that USC team is just not good this year, and the defense is still the same. I don't understand why Lincoln Riley, who has at least a decent good offense, he never hires a defensive coordinator that can take over. He's the Jay Gruden of college football.
Curtis may get dealt.
I will say this about trading players is you do have to remember, for the overwhelming majority of players, a lot of them are far more valuable to the teams they play for than they would be to anybody trading for them. So you may think somebody's value to us is a first, second, third round pick. It might be a 5th or 6th round pick to the rest of the NFL. Like, so I just want people to keep that in mind when they talk about trading these players. Oh yeah, we can get a 3rd for Curtis, and we can get a 2nd for Sweat, and we can get a probably not. I mean, maybe for Sweat or Chase if they choose to go that route. But a lot of the guys that are quote unquote on the trading blocks are not going to net very high picks.
Yeah, Miss Kim, you can't talk to Kim about trading away nobody. She don't want nobody to go. So Kim be like no to everybody. But now though, I think who was that? Hawk. Somebody the staff needs to go to. Like, I don't think so. And we're gonna go right to Ceelo. If you fire Ron Rivera, I don't think nothing changes. Like, I don't. He's not doing anything. So, like, I don't think that's going to be like this big momentum change. I think, if anything, it'll be to appease the fans.
Yeah.
For the owners to feel like the owner is not going to deal with this mediocrity no more. And, unpopular opinion, I know EB has the assistant head coach title, and I know this will look very bad to the public eye. But as far as the Sam Howell's development, I wouldn't even make him head coach. I would if they keep JDR, make JDR head coach. Because if you make an EB head coach, you're taking away a lot of one-on-one time that he has with Sam. But at the same time, I don't want JDR either. So, like I said, put Mayo there, take him off the field, put the headphones on.
I also think it's very conceivable. Like, I think from a personality standpoint, I think EB is probably a lot like Ron Rivera, a lot more like Ron Rivera than a lot of people want to realize, just from a demeanor standpoint. And how he interacts with players and stuff like that. Like, I think, he's well, Ron isn't like this anymore, I guess, but he's a loud, aggressive culture guy. Like, that's what EB is. And especially in an interim role, I think Eric Bieniemy could be a lot like Ron 2.0, which I mean, good or bad, that could be a good thing as far as getting through the end of the season because he's not trying to flip the entire program at one time. But I don't know, man. I think you know, I see from as far as head coaching traits, I see a lot of Ron Rivera and Eric Bieniemy, for better or worse.
Ooh, we're gonna have to unpack that.
Kobe to Minnesota for a second. Minnesota probably says no.
Yeah, Minnesota's probably tanking. Like Kurt gone, JJ gone. I don't know, Charlie. That might be a tough. I don't think they probably don't want to win.
I think Minnesota was already like halfway tanking to begin with.
I mean,
And
still Kirk Cousins though. Like he's gonna get you 5,000 yards. Don't care who's.
But Kirk tore his Achilles.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about prior to that.
Oh yeah, it's like I hate to say it, but that's essentially almost like a blessing in disguise for Minnesota. Not to wish.
Yeah, I got you. But that's Kirk though. Kirk never get. He'll be back in 5 weeks. Kirk be back. In 5 weeks. Kirk will never get. All right, Ceelo. The moment we've been waiting for. What do you do Monday morning?
Nothing. What? We weren't supposed to beat the Eagles anyway. So why am I going to do anything?
Hold on, where's the Ceelo after the game? That's who I thought was coming.
Y'all should have caught us on the app. By the way, also follow us on the Pro Sport Fan app.
Yes, please. Hey, no, seriously. So, yes, I would love to see Ron gone. Yes, JDR. But I think the loss, y'all. I mean, feel me, y'all hear me out. The Giants' loss is massive because if you beat the Giants and you lose to the Eagles, you can at least justify that. You can't justify being 0-3 in the division, and you 3-5, 3-5.
Yeah.
So that's the rub. So fire him last week, fire him this week, fire him next week, whatever. You about to go through a bad stretch of games, man. And I don't know how you reconcile that by firing a dude or dudes and keep that locker room together. Remember, man, we got to think about this, man. This team got to stay together. You got what? 9 more games? 9 games.
9 more games.
Are you willing
to got to our bye?
And y'all know what that means, right? As soon as you fire somebody, the season's over. So are you willing to tell the fans in your inaugural season, Mr. Harris, hey guys, I know we said back in June, but you know what? We about to pivot. Please keep buying tickets. Please keep coming to the games. We're gonna be competitive. Trust me. That's what you're pretty much saying to the fans. So I don't know if trust me, I would love to get this ball rolling, but I just don't know. I'm thinking of it from his perspective. What am I going to gain? The players gonna probably start checking out. Guys gonna all of a sudden get a little hammies on Tuesdays and won't be able to practice. So that's my issue with the firing in the middle of the season. You're literally just giving up on 9 more games. This is when Mike Shanahan said we about to start evaluating players back in 2020.
But I think in this situation, I think it's a little different because Ron is not doing anything. Like I said, nothing is not. If they fire Ron, they're not automatically going on a three-game run. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be like everybody be pumped up that he's gone. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys really respect him, right? A lot of these players really respect him. So I think if anything, it'd be to appease the fans. But as far as on-field product, especially if they don't trade or get rid of people, if they just do a fire sale and get rid of everyone, yeah, this season is over. They definitely punting on the season. You probably can kiss Sam QB1 goodbye if that's the case. But if they get rid of Sweat or something like that, then I don't see as a big deal. And yeah, I get the comparisons you want to make because he owns a hockey team and a basketball team, but the situations is different.
Yeah,
it's different. Much different.
Yeah.
Kirk got hurt. Tyrod got hurt. Hey, Giants lost. We played the best team in the NFL tough twice. That New York game. Yeah, the New York game was bad. The Bears game was bad. Please clip the hit the thumbs up for me. Hit the hearts. Get that algorithm working. Um, all green bar today. Some fans have already checked out. See,
Yeah.
but they still gonna come and they still gonna talk about it. If somebody is still tweeting about the team, they ain't checked out. They
Yep,
just
I'll still be there in 2 weeks or whenever the next
Yeah.
game is. Giants, what's that? November something. I don't know. Whatever. I'll still be there.
Man,
Mad, frustrated, irritated, pissed off, whatever term you want to use, but I'll be there. I'll be there.
damn, I'm different. Man. I'm just watching the games at this point.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, my ticket's paid for. If I was sitting at home and I was trying to buy tickets to a game, I'd be like, man, I ain't going to remember. But my ticket's paid for. My debt is paid, so.
Yeah, Utah. Cody says it's fun to sit here. Yale 5 said it doesn't make sense. Where a new regime more than likely come in would have made more sense before the year started. Yeah, I guess
I
the
agree.
only thing is hopefully, like we were saying earlier, someone else kind of advising the move. So whatever moves they make, if they make them or not, will benefit the team for the future. Because a lot of these players, if they do want to evaluate them, they get the new guys that's starting to trickle in. Then if they decide, hey, look, we don't want this guy, we want to move on from him, then you're gonna pretty much lose him for nothing. You can't count on top picks. So that's the
Yeah.
only flip side to it. Go ahead, Breeze.
No, I'm saying I don't necessarily agree with the fire sale. But like you just said, if it's people that you're running the risk of losing with getting nothing in return in February or whenever the league year starts next year, those are guys that I would potentially look into moving if they can net me some kind of decent return. So again, guys, like I'm not saying I want to move on from these people. I'm just saying it makes a little bit more sense. Guys like Chase, Montez, Cam, Gibby, AG, excuse me, don't like Gibby. And whoever else is on that. I feel like Kendall Fuller might be on that list too. I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, there are some fairly decent players that are heading into free agency that you might be able to trade. But I'm not trying to fire sell anything though. Yeah, so no,
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Because
Coach, me or
Yeah, that's true, DH. Like, we need a new voice, man. I mean, like Ron is not doing anything. You know, we need a new voice. It's like it's something, man. It's like yes, players are making mistakes, right? Not catching the footballs, but it's something like you have so much talent that you can't put it all together so it can work in unison. Like it never works together,
yeah.
And to me, that's got to be coaching, man. It's got to be coaching.
I think it has to be. Like everybody that we've seen recently that has any kind of big game, any kind of real pop, sustainable pop, is pretty much all in spite of what's going on around them. It's like we'll see Payne flash, and the rest of the D line looks like garbage. We'll see any one of the defensive linemen flash, and everybody around them is having a bad game. Or we'll see Terry flash, and the rest of the offense is bad around him. Or like Jahan had a good game today, but he's offense wasn't bad today, but like it's never, like you said, Deuce has never really been in unison. They've never put it all together, and this is a team that most people would agree, at the very least, at base level, is talented. Not obviously they're professional athletes. They're all quote unquote talented when compared to like us, like normal people. But like I mean,
you're not normal though. Like
I'm not normal. No, I'm not. But I'm different. But talking about this, as far as NFL rosters go, like this is a talented football team. They have a talented receiving core. They have a talented D line. They have a talented secondary. So I don't know what the running back room is talented. Like so, while you can't put all of that together and really get much of anything from it, like I have to look at the coaching. It's gotta fall back on scheme, preparation, and then even more detailed, position coaching and what's being taught on the field and in those rooms. It's got to come back to coaching. Like we all know they can play football. We've seen them do it.
It's just not consistent. It's not consistent. It's not together. And this thing, let's flip to the defense with Del Rio. So the majority of the game, BSJ was following AJ Brown. For the majority of the game, he followed AJ Brown. And yes, AJ Brown got off him, of course. I mean, like, you got to respect AJ Brown. Like, he's a top 5 wide receiver by numerous metrics. So, of course, he's going to get his off. But why? So, okay, first, let's break down the defense. They start off in 4-3, which means 2 safeties, 3 linebackers. They have Kaliki Hudson on the field. When Kaliki goes out, Danny Johnson comes in. When Mayo goes out, Forbes comes in. Right? So that's a 4-3, that's a nickel, that's dime package. That's the packages that they ran. Like Mayo shouldn't be in any of them, but that's a whole nother story. So when they bring Forbes in, for some reason, they do not allow BSJ to follow AJ Brown.
But hey, all right. So I got. What y'all? Okay.
No, we didn't freeze.
Yeah, we was reading. I was reading the comment about that.
I mean, like that doesn't make any sense to me. Go ahead, Ceelo.
I agree with you. That's being like that just doesn't make any sense. Just have BSJ guard, Brown regardless. Got it. My only thought process why they do that, they prefer BSJ. Like I feel like, y'all notice this? So Fuller always on the right side. He doesn't move, or is rarely.
Rarely.
So he prefers the right side. I'm of the mindset. Y'all know this, Breeze. You definitely know this. Sometimes when you getting cooked, like when your team getting cooked, you like, hey, let me get this dude. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see that from Fuller. Right now, he's like, I'm gonna stick to my side. Good luck.
Hey, I got this over here. I don't know what y'all boys on that side.
I mean, but for the most part, he moved today though. And some other games, like but like I said, BSJ was following AJ Brown for the majority of the game.
Okay.
There were some times he didn't, but for the majority, like Fuller was like, we all on the same side of the stadium. Fuller was on our side a lot when the Eagles was going away from us. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would know that he was on our side.
So my only reason for maybe them choosing to switch up on dime is because they prefer BSJ on the inside receiver, basically like a slot, cornerback, nickelback kind of situation versus Forbes. So they put Forbes, whoever's on the outside, maybe it's not Brown, whoever's on the, I'm just thinking it was a coincidence or intentional. I shouldn't say coincidence. They were like, so it looks like Forbes needs to stay outside because he's better on the outside, quote unquote. And we're gonna move, somebody. We're gonna move Danny Johnson on the inside, then we're gonna move BSJ on the inside, and then Sirianni is like, or AJ Brown or Hurts is like, bruh, go to number 13.
Bro, he don't like Hurts don't even look
right
to AJ Brown's side when Forbes is covering.
Right.
Like
That's the only
I'm
thing
quite
that's
sure
missing.
he sees him in his peripheral,
Yeah.
but he just steps back, look left, and just throws the jump wherever he is. You know?
I'm throwing it too. If I see number 13 out there, I'm throwing it to whoever. Like right now, and especially AJ Brown. But I think that's it though. I really do. I think they like AJ. I mean, they like Forbes on the outside. Period. And right now, because Fuller's on the right side, he's on the left side, and AJ Brown's just going to motion on the left side, like I'm going wherever this dude going, number 13, and he just he's getting the best of him right
It
now.
wasn't even emotion though. Like they broke the huddle when he went out there.
True
It was
that.
like they went in the huddle. Hey, 13 over there. Break. AJ
That's
went right
true.
over there. Like
That's
it wasn't
true.
emotion, nothing. He went straight out there. And like Deuce said, the minute they snapped the ball, I don't know if they checked into it or whatever, what the conversation, the communication was, but they snapped that ball. And from the minute he pivoted to drop back, he was looking that direction the entire time. He never even considered the idea of throwing to the backside of the play. The entire I'm gonna just wait. There it is. Like,
and look, like we have no pass rush, none whatsoever. Hurst is back there. Like when you said he ran that 20-yard comeback, that was a double move comeback. He did it. He did the double move. It didn't work, and he just turned and came back.
Man,
One time Hurts was running in the pocket like he was dancing. He had so much time to look down the field, yeah. This is my thing with Del Rio, yeah. Like, bro, it's not working. Like, this is not working. Like, it's not working, man. But
my only my only I was gonna say, Deuce, and I don't know how y'all feel about this. I know it's unpopular. We don't like JDR. Cool. But at some point, as an athlete, don't you just gotta beat the dude in front of you? Like coaching, system, scheme, zone, man, match. Like at some point, I'm getting cooked. Hey, coach, I'm getting cooked. Let me go ahead and let me just go back to playing football. And it just feels like a guy like Forbes, and I'm sorry to say, in some cases even BSJ, they forgot how to play football. Like they giving up that slant was automatic all day.
even 7-8 yard cushions off the break.
Bro,
off the
I don't
break.
understand it.
It doesn't matter who's back there because your best defensive backs are Kendall Fuller and Cam Curl. Everybody else is suspect.
Everybody else is suspect. Like, I'm really starting to question everything right now. So y'all started out the show talking about maybe our players should be this, should be that, and it's the coaching. I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't know.
But like, this is the thing with me, right? I'm already to the point where, like, Montez Sweat is a 3rd round pick, Chase is 2nd round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already to the point where those guys, this just doesn't show up enough to prove to me that they could be these great players, right? Every now and then they'll like we always talk about Payne and that massive 3-and-out he did. Then he missed 2 straight games like he was injured, right? It's like there's no consistency. So when you know your players can't, they just can't see it, like they can't win one-on-one consistently. Like the way that you think Del Rio looks at this front four is if they're getting constant pressure all the time. And that's not happening. So now you have to start treating these guys as if they can't win one-on-one and start helping them, doing stuff, doing stunts, moving them around, like shaking it up, pre-snap motion. All our blitz are perfectly timed to the offense. Running back step right in the hole, pick up our blitz. Our blitz looks like Del Rio just yells from the sideline, "Go now, go now, go now." Like that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So that's why I say, man, like it's coaching to the point where you believe your players are better than what they really are, and you have to come to realization that they're not.
No, I agree. I
don't think this. Go ahead, Dizzy.
Can we also point this out? Like when you look at the defensive line, right? the main side that has consistently, and I mean consistently, had problems is the side where Chase Young and Jonathan Allen are.
Yep.
For
Yep.
some reason, that side does not have no continuity whatsoever when they do stunts. Chase Young freelancing, like I can literally tell when Chase Young's freelancing because Allen comes in, he does his move, and then instead of Chase keeping contained, so that way they keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket, he decides to come to the side where Allen is, and that leaves a whole wide open gap for Jalen Hurts for a first down. And
I
that
mean,
just ran me hot all.
Can we?
DT,
Go ahead.
how we know it ain't Allen though?
Can we? Well, that's a whole other conversation. But
How we know it ain't Allen though? Like
can
how we know
That's
Allen
a
is
fair.
supposed to belly out more to contain.
can we all agree that whether you at this point, I think we can probably agree whether you like it or not, whether it's productive or not. I believe by now we can probably agree that Chase Young has the ability or the freedom to freelance in this defense.
Probably. Yeah.
Like I think at this because I mean it's been going on off and on since his rookie year. So I feel like if he didn't have the freedom to do it, it would be a thing. Like it's a thing amongst fans because people can recognize when he does it. But I don't think he's just saying to hell with whatever the call is. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I think they give him the freedom to do it, and he does it.
I don't think they listen to JDR.
And where critiquing at.
So I actually
No, no.
think, to Breeze's point, I actually think Payne and Chase both have freedom to do whatever they want. I remember Ron saying they run a two gap. They kind of like a semi two gap system.
Yeah.
So basically, depending on the situation, Payne can go, zero technique, one technique. It depends on how he feels. And the same thing with John Allen, and the linebackers play off of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you may see sometimes Cody being hesitant to the hole. He's like, I don't know what Payne's doing. Let me wait, and then I'm gonna hit it, and then it's too late, or whoever. So I think the long story short, I think a lot of these guys on the D line kind of have some freedom to do their thing, and it's not working.
It's not working.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
was
get,
just
let me
gonna
get
say.
let me get to some. Let me get through some of these comments. I think we talked about that. Charlie, should we blame Ron for not throwing the flag? Anytime a wide receiver pops up and runs to the huddle and tell him to hurry up and hike the ball, you throw a flag. I don't care if you saw a replay on that. Like you just throw a flag because they ain't even have a play. They just Jalen Hurts just hiked the ball and ran around.
Yeah,
Like they didn't even have a play.
yeah.
So yeah, I think you definitely throw a flag there. Don't you think they were going out to BSJ a lot? I just think they was throwing the ball. I think they targeted Forbes for sure.
Yeah, I
Everyone
think
else they
Forbes
just
is the one
happened
that
to
was
be in the way.
targeted.
Yeah. Everyone on the Washington sideline was signaling incomplete. Ron just didn't look. Somebody say he couldn't get his arms unfolded.
That was pretty funny. That was
Man.
pretty funny.
Can we talk about? Did y'all talk
What's
about?
up, no
Can we talk
more?
about the Ron situation? Like that, was that supposed to be a challenge?
Which one? The
Devonta Smith.
Devontae Smith? Yeah, that's what Charlie was just asking. Like when they was rushing to the line, some people blame the
Did he
entertainment
catch that
people that
ball?
does the jumbotron. No, he didn't.
Oh, that's right.
No, he didn't. He didn't catch it. Better not be heading any sound. Nah, not tonight. No more. Not tonight. Smash the thumbs up. Yes, people, please. Situational awareness. I feel like they set Forbes up for fifth. I don't know, Miss Janet. Like, yes, that's easy. If someone can't cover someone, yeah, you pull them. Like, keep them away from them.
Like
But at the same time, he's a first round pick.
I understand the thought process of last time he played this guy. He took his lunch money and ran with it. He didn't even run with it. He walked out. He took it and walked away from him.
He
Like
walked.
I get that. Yeah, but I understand the thought process of all right, for we going when you get in the game, I'm gonna let you get your get back. I understand that, but like at a certain point, it's like all right, bro. he got you. Like we all know them dudes that like would never like been in fights but would never stop fight. They keep losing but wouldn't stop. Like
Yep.
at some point, bro, just take your L and go home. This is not he don't want them problems right now. He might not be a bad football player, but when it comes to number 11, he don't want that smoke. He don't need that smoke. So when you put Forbes in the game and understand that, hey, they're probably going to go over that way with A.J. Brown, you got to roll coverage over to his side or something. Especially once you realize that when Emmanuel Forbes is in the game, they are targeting him. A.J., find 13. And they're attacking Forbes. And they just leave him out there one-on-one. And, yeah, man, it's
gonna be a nasty replay. You gotta watch this game again.
One major pet peeve about his coaching staff, he couldn't identify more line outside of change of pitcher scheme.
Only need 1.5, apparently. Oh, speaking of, did Jabril Cox play today? Like on defense?
He played special teams.
Okay, cool.
I figured that. Mayo was out there. We saw him. I was so happy.
No more stupid.
The first series, and he went off the field. I'm like, yes. And he came right back on. Like, God dang it.
Yeah.
We ain't going down that road. Oh, we not going down that road. We not going down that road. I think Chase's abandoning assignments and not containing. Also, though he gets court rush. I mean, I think a lot of time. I don't know, man. Somebody had pointed out that when him and Allen doing these stunts, they just not playing well off each other because they both like attacking up the field. So it's not working. Miss Janity. That's where coaching comes in to realize this is not working. They said pain and sweat are more you can play off them better. Excuse me, so maybe switch them up. I might be in a minority, but I think we have a good roster. It's just the talent on this team is good, but it's just not enough to compensate for what's missed on the coaching piece of it.
I don't think you're in the minority in that.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
Let's not forget the failed free. Well, some of the double agents you talk about a lot, maybe so. Also, RZ favorite player. Who's RZ? Excuse me. I say joking Carson. Oh, my God. Carson Wentz. Ron, everything we need to win has been mentioned on the podcast.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jackson.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's interesting. I don't know, man. We already had Fuller. We had BSJ. We had Danny Johnson. I mean, like the Forbes pick was a little bit of a luxury because we thought, obviously if you end up in a lockdown corner, you'll take that.
Right.
But we were already struggling to figure out if he would actually play. Remember, we were talking about that. Like, where does he play?
Where does he fit? Yeah.
How does he fit based on the existing roster? So it was a little bit of a luxury anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are. Yeah, he was QB3, DT. I mean CB3. People kind of forget that.
Right now he's CB7.
Now we're at a point where our picks are like, call me crazy. I'm pretty sure both Quan Marta and Forbes only played 5 snaps. And 2 of them were very crucial. I'm pretty sure. I did not see him on the field.
You mean 5 snaps each?
Both of them had 5 snaps each.
I thought I saw 20 out there more than that, but I might be wrong. But
yeah, I think he. Let me see.
It
was a lot of Percy and Curl and Danny.
I think Foles played more than 5 snaps too.
See, you got I think Foles had around 5. I think he had he just got cooked on all of them. Like his PFF
every time I saw Forbes,
like negative 20
at like the 30-yard line. When they got close to like the red zone, that's when they started putting Forbes in. I guess they thought
because they went down.
Yeah,
they went down. They took Mayo off the field.
Whoo, Jesus!
Good draft redo. Who we draft?
Did you discuss the 4th and 1 play?
The agency redo too. Crowder's our best free agency pickup.
Oh my God!
That 4th and 1 play was. That 4th and 1 play. Actually, is it the 3rd and 1 play you talking about no more? when we threw the ball, like we should have just ran it 3rd and 1, and we did like an out to Terry. It was more like a one read play, and Terry had kind of like faked up and came down and came back, and it was almost picked.
Oh, you want to talk about? Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
should
let's
have.
talk about it.
Yeah, he that should have been a run for sure. Like I don't know.
I wasn't mad at the decision to throw it, but I didn't like that play call though.
Right.
I didn't like it at all. We started the first half. We did a lot of short stuff. We was working the middle of the field, a lot of short stuff. But the second half, we just went away from it.
Yeah.
If you could, go ahead, Breeze.
No, I'm just saying. Well, never mind. I forgot what point I was about to make. Oh, I'm sorry. The way they opened the game was perfect. Like the quick game, little, throwing a run here and there, but the slants and the hitches and the snags and the shallow, all that stuff that we've been asking for weeks. They did it up and down the field to open the game. I don't know why they kind of started to go into panic mode and try to do take deeper shots and stuff like that, but it worked earlier on when they went with it.
Mm-hmm. If you could get a draft redo, who would you draft in the first instead of?
Oh Lord.
I don't even want to go there, bro.
I might go Anton Harrison, Telly.
I definitely was
Boy,
going.
I'm
to
picking
go
if I can know what I know now, I would definitely go Anton Harrison.
Absolutely.
Definitely go Anton Harrison.
Do we see Nick Gates anymore this season minus injury?
Barring injury, no.
Who?
No. Nick Gates.
Nick Gates.
Barring injury, no.
But he's hurt. No, that was Stromberg. That wasn't Gates.
No, I said Gates was
Gates is hurt mentally.
He's hurt talent-wise.
Why did it take so long for them to go to Larson?
Why did it take so long to go to Chris Paul? They were mauling out there, bro.
Chris Paul is actually a little more confusing because he's been inactive for all of 2 games since he's been here.
He was inactive.
I'm sorry. He's been active for all of 2 games since he's been here. Yeah, like he's been a healthy scratch pretty much his entire career.
I think he was banged up these last couple of weeks, though. He was on the injury report. How?
Paul?
I don't know.
What did they get hurt doing?
I don't know what he be doing, but it was a joke in the chat. We kept saying this dude is like always injured on the report, and he don't even play. Hand, thigh.
He probably out there John working hard in practice and getting frustrated because they not putting him in the game.
Oh, that's what it is.
He said, "Put me in, put me in, please."
Yeah, man, I think them two can work a little bit more. You got him, Cosman. I think you might have something. I mean, even those screenplays, they weren't Leno ain't really blocking nobody on the screenplays, but at least he getting out there a little faster. You know what I'm saying? He ain't blocking nobody though.
They was pushing people off the ball today. It was that one run in the 4th quarter. They gave it to B-Rob. I just saw Sia Burgundy. I said, "Oh my God, they out here looking like road raiders. What in the world?" And then that block that sprung the 29-yard run, that was Chris Paul. Came right up that jump, hit the linebacker. Pow.
Oh, that was a pull play?
Yeah, I said,
he pulled. Okay. We don't really do too much of that. Maybe we just couldn't, I guess.
So we might have a little tad bit some with Paul, man. Like, I still want to give Stromberg opportunity, and you look at the offensive line wise, the tackles they still need to be addressed.
Hopefully, these guys can play well enough that you can go tackles early.
Yeah,
or even one draft one and one in free agency or something like that. You don't have to worry about. I mean, still draft some more guards for sure, but yeah. All right. So before we end, let's talk about Sam Howell. Listen, Sam Howell is my QB1. This is the thing with Sam Howell. Like everyone that talks about Sam Howell or has My cousin, I told you I a Broncos fan. He told me so they going to the Super Bowl. He keep doing all these Russell Wilson emojis in the group chat. This is nasty. So everything that people saying he's not doing well, right? Pocket presence, um, reading the field, which I think he does pretty well. I think he's ahead of schedule, but he's not great. But a lot of things that people saying he's not great at are things that takes more than 9 games of NFL play to develop. They're not being genuine when they're talking about Sam Howell, the football player. Sam Howell has more ups, like far greater ups than he does downs. I think he's way ahead of schedule. From where he's come from playing these 9 games. So when I look at Sam Howell, he makes elite throws. I mean, he has at least 4 or 5 throws of the year, NFL wise, that you can put in that whatever they do at the end of the year for the throw of the year, whatever the case may be. He has a few of those, and he does it consistent enough for me to believe that he can continue to do it. I think it's very unfair for fans to take him getting like the whole sack thing, a couple bad throws every now and then, and using that to say that he's not the guy. We should go to someone else. I think that is very disingenuous. Now, I will say this: he is my QB1. I am like I'm all Sam Howell rest of the year for the next year, years to come. But if Hogg, whoever they bring in, decides they want to go another way, they want to draft the quarterback early, whatever the case may be, I'm cool with that too. I'm not going to be upset about it because I understand that people want their own players. And he is, a 5th round pick to the eyes of them. New people just come in and say, hey, look, he's a 5th round pick. I want me a 1st round pick. Let's rock and roll. So, but when it comes to Sam Howell for you, Breeze, like, how do you see Sam Howell?
I mean, I kind of agree with you. I think he's a good player. To your point, he does have a lot more ups. He has better ups than he has downs. And I think it is very early in his I think it is very very early in his development for a lot of things that people are asking, demanding of him. He's not an elite. I don't think he's an elite quarterback by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think he's trash. I don't think he's bad. I I think moving forward, what you do with Sam kind of just depends on the rest of your roster construction. Do you want to kind of go all in and try to get a quarterback that you feel like will kind of lead your team to victories and build around that person, or do you think Sam is good enough to build around him with other elite players? It kind of depends on what you want to do roster wise. But I'm with you. I'm fine with Sam at this point. But if a new regime, if a new coaching staff or whatever comes in next year and they want to go get their own guy, I wouldn't. I understand it. I get it. I wouldn't be mad at it. And then you do still have Sam under contract, so to speak, too. So it's not like you got to get rid of Sam either.
Yeah. Hashtag Bill for Sam, man. Ceelo, where you at with Sam Howell?
I'm agreeing with y'all, man. I think he's my QB1. I don't see, this may be unpopular, but I just don't see us going after a QB high in the draft. I mean, based on the sample size so far, I think he has all the tools you're looking for in the quarterback: arm strength, mobility, intelligence, willing to learn. He's very coachable. He's a young guy. And it's clear, but he has that it factor, in my opinion. So I like Sam a lot. No, he doesn't see everything on the field. I know people talking about how that, like the one play where Terry was in the back of the end zone. He had Curtis there. Okay, cool. I'll still take Sam over most of these young quarterbacks right now. So that's my QB1.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the things that I'm talking about. Like the misses. On the interception he threw to Terry, which it went through Terry's arms. Jahan was open underneath, and it's been some other times that's happened, right? That's stuff that a young quarterback has to learn to do. Like he
Right.
has to learn to trust his progressions a little more. But for Sam, and people keep saying he don't go through progressions. Like I can partially agree with you if you say he doesn't trust his progressions. But you can literally see him scanning the field. You can literally see him doing it. You know what I mean? Like from right to left, from left to right, you can see him doing it. Now, if he trusts his progressions, if he trusts what he sees pre-snap, that might be a whole different story. Where it's going to take him longer to process that, but you can't expect for him to be great at that after 9 games. But you know what I'm saying. But DH say see how he worked the game today with proper scheme. He can be elite. Yeah, like and then EB man, stay with the quick game.
I think we have much more obvious glaring needs to address than quarterback. I think Sam has proven he's good enough that you can build around him. You should be able to build a competent roster around him and win football games.
This is why I don't think it's going to be this huge of a fire sale. I just don't.
But
I think Sweat is gone for sure.
That's all based on a new regime and how they feel about Sam, looking at the tape, etc.
Yeah. Yep.
For sure.
It's how some, like they say, some bad guys want their own guy, which I never understood that, but I get it. I just don't always understand it. But it's Sam enough to where the next coach will be like, you know what, I like this dude. So we'll find out soon, I guess.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's no way you can say Sam is the reason why we lost this game.
At all.
Oh, absolutely.
At all.
Absolutely.
There's no way. Go ahead, DT. How you feeling about Sam?
Yeah, so let me address this because apparently I caught a stray in the chat for no particular reason while watching the game. I don't know what I said last week that had people ticked off, but let me say it like this. Whenever I say stuff, it's off first emotion before I go back and watch the game. So I went back and watched the Giants game, and then came to a realization was all them sacks, in my opinion, were not outside. When you got defensive lineman in his face in the first half second. So when you see they actually made changes to the offensive line with bigger offensive linemen that are more stout, can push in the run game, and can anchor way better against defensive linemen like the Philadelphia Eagles, Sam looked like these quarterbacks that we keep admiring every week. Good game, long development plays, having time in the pocket. Sam got that X factor, bro. Sam is my quarterback. Sam is my QB1. And even if we were to finish this season somewhere in the top 5, and you want me to have a whole conversation with Drake May and Penix Jr. and stuff, I'm still going to go with Sam Howell. Because I've seen this kid played in probably the worst situation, having 40 sacks on him, taking a beating, and he's still going up against the NFC champions twice and put up 30 points.
The dude is balling.
The dude is balling, man.
You can't take it away from
Olu Fushanu from Penn State or Joe Att from Notre Dame on that side of the offensive line. Give him a competent defense like what Jalen Hurts got, and let's see what he look like, man.
Bro, Sam is not supposed to be out there winning us games. That wasn't our thought of him this upcoming year. Like we believe that fraud defense was going to be able to, all we needed him to be is top 15, top 18, not make mistakes. But he has to go out that junk throw 40 sometimes a game because one, you can't trust the defense to hold nobody unless it's in the red zone. Bro, 20-20, our defense is trash, garbage. But inside the red zone, it's like they look, let's let them get to the red zone, then we'll play some defense. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't expect Sam to have to go out there and win these games, put up all these points, but he's doing it under duress. You know what I'm saying? Then he got this offensive coordinator that's trying to get paid next year. You know what I'm saying? That he already said, hey, look, I know Andy Reid is proud of me for throwing 55 times. He also said passing is what wins games. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Well, I do know. That's my guy. I'm saying how, man.
I'm
You
cool
know,
with it. I ain't like I said.
if Sam wasn't there, you wouldn't have to look any further than me. While he's my guy, I'm pretty critical of him when he plays bad. We're not going to do too well throwing 50 times while we winning. What's up, Quinn Burner?
Yeah, but we can't.
I
We
don't
got to
know if
still
this
be
is
able to move the
actual
ball
burner
though.
account. This may be an actual burner. I don't know, but appreciate you for joining.
What you said, bro?
I said we can't. We still have to move the ball though. Like we can't just run. Like we've all seen at this point. We aren't a great running team, regardless of what we want to happen. So even if we're up, like we still got to find a way to move the ball. Like I would more so let the quick game and screens all that be an extension of the run game. But I'm not finna sit here and try to run the ball 3 times and gain 2 yards since we can't do it. Like we still got to be able to move the ball and you know.
Yeah, I agree, most definitely. But the only thing is like I'd rather be second and 8 than third and 10 or third and I'd rather be second and 8 than second and 10, second and 12.
Yeah, no, I definitely
You
agree
know
with
what
you
I'm
on that.
saying? Like you still have to give your offensive line an opportunity to like go forward. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But I'm cool with the quick stuff too. You know,
yeah,
the quick stuff is also quick hits for the O line.
yeah. Like
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying to abandon the run because we can't do it.
Oh
You
yeah.
still gotta make an attempt to run the ball. But I'm saying like when we're winning, when we're up 14-3 or whatever the score was, you can't just okay, we're gonna commit to running the football now. We're gonna run the ball now, and then now we're going third. We going 3 and out and giving the Eagles the ball right back. Like we have to make it. If we run the ball, if we understand, okay, the plays that we want to run right now, running like on the running plays that we want to use aren't being successful. Okay, now we need to go back to the quick game. We need to still find ways to move the football because we have to. I'd rather make an attempt to add to the lead at 14-3 or whatever. While we're up, regardless of the score, I'd rather make an attempt to add to the lead than to sit here and try to run the ball and run the clock down, and you're giving the team the ball back.
And like RVA just made a comment and he was like, the dude threw the ball 52 times. You just want to look at 2 plays to say how bad he was. This is insane to me, man. Like, because you don't want to admit that you were wrong about a 5th round pick, this is what we have to do.
Dude,
We have
experience
to hear this.
He
Because
is
he was a 5th
exceeding
round pick.
expectations, bro.
Exceeded. Like far. Quinn said get ready for some wins. I don't know. We'll see. Sam is taking ownership of the team now. You hear him say it 15. Yeah, and like they want to talk about him being a leader. I'm like, then they will say he's not a leader. He doesn't take ownership. What are you talking about? He does it every single day during the pressers. He takes ownership. Even when he's not at fault, he's taking ownership. So he's showing you leadership on the field. He's showing you it off the field. This is just madness.
I'm not
No
opposed
reason
to it.
we were most of the game. We still do. Yeah, that's I don't. How many times you run the ball? You ever see that? What it was, Ceelo? We ran the ball 4 times in the
We
second
ran.
half.
Oh, in the second half, I'm not sure. I know we ran a
Yeah,
total of 16 times, 13 if you
yeah,
take away the Sam Howell joints. And my boy B Rob had almost 6 yards of carry.
yeah. He had that one long run. Then he really didn't
Yeah, he
get
had a
too much.
one long
Like,
one. That's true. He
come
had a
on,
one for
man. Like,
29 yards.
well, and we ain't
Probably
seen nothing.
Rodriguez.
C-Rod. Yeah, that's it. We was thinking the same thing. We ain't seen nothing from him. It's not like we're trying to run though. O-line
I
pass
feel
protection
like
is a
with
lot
I
better
feel like
today.
with the
Get
rest.
Wiley out of there for Lucas. Maybe.
Man,
Do you see you guys pulling? Well, they did. DT said on that B Rob long run, Chris Paul pulled, kind of leading them up, took on the linebacker. So that was good.
hey, B Rob turned that corner a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, they said it. You know who it is too, Rich. You see, we cannot trust the running game. EB can use a run game coordinator.
So I don't think the run game is like bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's but it's not like we are the worst rushing team in football. Like today, we push people off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think they still wanted to stick to their formula, was making them good, getting the ball out of Sam's hands quick, and maybe a couple runs in and there. That's only the thing we're having a question about. It's certain situations where we should feel like, hey, this is where you need to run the ball, not try to throw the ball like it's college football.
Yeah, that's what it's like. College football. Yeah, I heard about it. Rich. I don't think they recorded it though. So I hopefully the run game will get a little more. We'll get better with those guys playing together more, like the inside three guys, Paul, Larson, and Cosme. It'll get better in between the top. Yes, most definitely. We definitely want to. Like I was telling Jado sitting beside, like, bro, this is nothing to him. He can make this. It's 30 and in. What I got issues with like 39 and in. Like the long field goals ain't no problem.
Yeah.
That boy was booting it today, and he still had a couple of yards after that 61-yarder too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Rouse is a beast with that. Raji hits the hole. Yeah, he does. He has better vision, but he ain't getting no carries today. So, man, we still threw the ball. How many times did Hurst throw the ball? He
Hurst
probably
for
threw
like
the ball
37 times.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They went away from the run early. Yeah, man. So depending on what happens tomorrow, we might do a show tomorrow or Tuesday. And DT, what's the app? We might do it on the app too.
Yeah, you guys can also follow us at the PSF app. It is a brand new app that is featuring all fans alike, such as Washington Commanders fans, New York Giants fans, Philadelphia fans, as we cover your teams in the group chats. Also go live occasionally. We talk ball up there, give you live reactions, live post game, and pregame talk. Me and Ceelo had a little pregame today. We talked about some of the things we expected, and some of that came to fruition.
Cook. So, definitely no more. We gonna get you on here. Yeah, man. If anybody ever, all of you that's listening, if you want to join the show, those you might listen later, just send me a DM. Any one of us a DM. All of our information is in the comment section. So please follow us, subscribe to us, and all of our different platforms that we have. Send us a message, and we'll definitely try to get you on here. Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
PSF.
go download. Yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and download that.
Yep.
Follow the gang.
Most definitely. So depending on what happened tomorrow, yes, let's play this real quick. Yeah, go ahead, DT. We want to play this. Well, not play it, but we'll show you this post from Daryl Green. This is
Can y'all
before
see
the
it? Cause I can't see it up here.
It's
Black right now.
Yeah,
Coming up, black.
I think I'm messed up because I'm frozen up here. So, technical difficulties, folks. Because I'm definitely frozen.
You want to just say what he said?
Yeah, this is so the Daryl Green quote is definitely interesting to me, y'all. Like, God, I am frozen. Like,
he dropped down. He dropped out to space. He dropped down and come back. Yep, Stromberg was hurt on that one.
Stromberg got hurt.
There you go.
yeah, see me.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, so a thing I wanted to show y'all. This happened right before the game even started. So Daryl Green, he was our honorary captain today for the game. He was our honorary captain.
Legend of the game.
Yeah, legend of the game.
So, dog, it's not even showing up here. Can y'all see anything?
Yeah, I see it. Hold on, let me do it.
Yeah,
no,
so
it's not coming through though.
I can see it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Now very interesting about him. I've have had conversations about him, not with him, but about him, and looked at him. Truthfully, I could help him in 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm gonna cross the line that I don't normally cross. He's not getting the help he should get. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I like him. I don't know him, uh, but I believe in him, and and when I say he's not getting the help he should need, everybody don't need it. I didn't get any help.
Mm-hmm.
Richie Pettibone did not help me learn how to play, and everybody don't get that help, and everybody don't need that help. I think humbly he needs some help because I was more concerned about how he approached, cornerback. Now very interestingly about him, I've
so
This is in
that
reference
quote
to
right there
Emmanuel
was
Force.
Yes, this is
definitely
reference from Man U Force pregame.
I
And
thought
he
it was
also
postgame.
had some other. I mean, no pregame. That was pregame. That was
That was
before.
that was way before.
That was way
started.
before the game. Yeah. Um, and he also had a comment how he likes this ownership group and how they're doing things, and he wants to be a part of it in some capacity. So there you have it.
I mean, so Daryl Green does not often speak.
He does not
not
ever
like
ever.
you can meet Daryl Green with no cameras in sight and have a conversation with him, and he won't say stuff
Yep.
like that.
Because
I
we know
think
you definitely probably had a few conversations with Daryl Green.
not Daryl Green. Sure, other people, but not Daryl Green. But yeah, man, like that's a telling thing to me. Because to me, like that means he said I can give him the help he needs in 10, 20 minutes. Like that is a very, I don't know if that's an indictment on JDR or the secondary coach or whoever, but that is a indictment on somebody. Like he's not getting that help. He even said, "I'm gonna cross the line. I don't normally cross." He ain't getting the help he needs. Like, and I hate that he has to say it, but I love hearing it though.
That joint right there that was real.
And like you could by the look on his face, he meant that.
He definitely meant
Like
it for sure.
like he
Yeah.
meant that. Like
Yeah.
that look like somebody that's been watching games, who is among the best ever at his position, and he's been watching games, and he sees this young kid that they brought in, and is like, oh no, he not. He like he's bothered by that. Like he's bothered by whatever he's been seeing. And then obviously the game starts and Forbes gets beat for another touchdown.
Had to get beat with a Hall of Famer in the building. Like, oh my God, you know how crazy that is, bro.
Yeah. Right. And this is what. Remember when they drafted Forbes and people was putting expectations on, like, bro, let him be him.
Play.
Like, and now he's having to play. He's had to play, and it ain't been going well. And
who said? Oh, wait a minute. Who said? Oh, Rich, when? Nah, I need that tweet or something. Rich out here is starting stuff. So these kids need. I mean, what you think about it, Ceelo?
Yeah, I agree with y'all. I think that's very telling for him to speak out like that, and to put it, to put it so succinctly, like, just give me 10, 20 minutes. We'll figure it out. Like, what?
yeah.
Like, what? That's crazy. Yeah. Like, somebody, whatever coach listen to that, they're going to be pissed. Like, how do you not take that seriously? And so you're going to hear people like, Josh Harris going to hear that. Obviously, Magic and Michael Rails. And so I just feel like that's very damning, man. You have a very talented Emmanuel Forbes out there. His confidence is probably cooked right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like it's an unfortunate situation for him, but there needs to be a reset on the defensive line of football, man. Has to be a reset. You're not getting rid of whatever you do. You're not getting rid of Forbes. So you may as well go ahead and start to rebuild that that defensive side, the coaching staff specifically, and go from there. But anyway, yeah, man, that's very telling, man, Deuce. I ain't never heard Daryl Green speak outside of the real, advertisements, or they talk a lot about faith and stuff like that. But man, that's wild.
Even reminiscing on the good old days, but I've never you could the look on his face, it was almost like he was mad about it.
Right.
I don't know what y'all doing in there, but y'all not doing it correctly. Y'all not doing it right. If I'm Emmanuel Forbes, I'm on the phone with Daryl Green, phone, Zoom, FaceTime,
sure,
whatever.
Yeah. All you need,
now,
who hasn't tweeted yet? It took him a little while last week to tweet, and he still hasn't tweeted yet.
You know what though?
I could see him saying when Daryl Green speaks, you listen. When Hall of Famer Daryl Green speaks, you listen.
Magic.
Would it be quote tweets there, yeah?
Bro, somebody should tag him and put that in there and tag it. But
I agree, Captain.
Magic is kind of he kind of tweets the obvious though. He'd be like,
that's pretty obvious. That's pretty obvious, and it's a shot too. even the 7 points thing,
true.
It is pretty obvious, and it's a shot.
You're right, Magic. You can't win much more. Yeah, you're right, buddy. You're right. But yeah, I don't know.
All right, man. So we'll let you all know. We'll definitely post something. If not all of us, a few of us, a couple of us, all of us. It just depends. Breeze might not be it because I heard he's going to Atlanta. But that's the story we're going to talk about when we end stream. But again, we appreciate all of you for listening. We appreciate you for joining. Remember, we know your time is very valuable for you to use it with us. We definitely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.